Billie Eilish tells all about her sexual awakening.
I'll alert the media.
Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Get ready, because some of her comments are seriously not safe for work.
Yep, what she said. Get ready. Prepare yourselves. Make sure your gag reflex is up to it. Because, in fact, you have to have all of your sphincters in tip-top shape for an episode of The Daniel Boland Show. Because some people have been known to literally shit themselves laughing. People have shat themselves watching my videos, laughing. They've shat themselves from laughing with me, not at me. Remember, if I ever do or say anything cringe, it's on purpose. It's ironic. But today, you may just vomit from some of the horrible, disgusting things that Billie Eilish has revealed about herself.
The singer recently played a snippet of her upcoming song Lunch during her Coachella DJ set, and the very explicit lyrics detail a sexual encounter with a woman.
Well, I hope to God that those very explicit lyrics are detailing a sexual encounter between a man and a woman. I hope she wouldn't be so bold as to talk about lesbites in this year of our Lord 2024. Society's not ready, Billy. But just before we get into some of the finer, gorier details of some of the things Billie Eilish said in this interview with Rolling Stone, I would just like to take a moment to mention her cute little outfit. Now, I was trying to think, I've seen this look somewhere before. And you know me, I've got like 5 or 6 references. I'm very wildly out of touch for a man so young. But I think that helps. I've got a niche demographic of 40-something-year-olds right in my pocket, okay? Who remembers this guy, right? She looks like a transition between Kip before and after. She's somewhere in the middle, right? There you go. Very good reference, Danny. Anyway, that dress, that wardrobe, is at most a hate crime. Perhaps against the black community, perhaps against autists. We're not sure who she was trying to mock with her dress sense on this occasion. But those hate crimes are nothing compared to the war crimes that Billie Eilish committed against my brain in the interview with some of the stuff she said. You're gonna, oof.
In a new Rolling Stone profile
I mean, you all laugh at David Icke, don't you? You all think he's crazy. I prefer to reserve judgment on crazy old Maurice, okay? Maybe he did see something.
Published April 24th, Billie opens up about the real-life inspo for the song.
I know I should be able to let it slide, but I just can't. You cannot say inspo unironically. Okay, I know this is just it's just e-news. They're just talking about gossip, and they're going to use terms that people use now. But how can anyone be so lacking in self-awareness as to allow that to slip through their lips? Inspo, right? The T. I've always been like this. I remember as a child, I think I was about 5 or 6 years of age, I answered the phone in our house and somebody asked to speak to my mother. They said, "Can I speak to your mother, please?" And I said, "Yes, of course." I tortured myself for the rest of my childhood. That was replaying in my head. I still remember it now. I could never speak in idioms. Idiomatic language makes me sick. People saying, "Oh, it's a whole different kettle of fish." What are you, a professional footballer after a match? That's just how self-aware I am. Not neurotic, self-aware.
Saying, "I wrote some of it before even doing anything with a girl, and then wrote the rest after."
All in a morning's work then. Well, actually, no, it was lesbotic sex, so it probably lasted hours, didn't it? God, that must be a bloody slugfest.
Eilish then makes the eyebrow-raising comment, "I've been in love with girls for my whole life, but I just didn't understand until last year. I realized I wanted my face in a vagina." Well, alrighty then.
No, not alrighty then. I've said this before in other videos. Yes, I'm a bit squeamish sometimes. A bit of a prude, you might want to call me. Okay. I don't like it when people in real life talk about sex. It makes me feel disgusting, especially when they spring it on you. To me, it's the same as flashing in a public place, you know. It's the same as going to a park in a trench coat and go "Ugh," like that at people. That's what it is. When you're talking about sex, you're putting those images in my head that I did not ask for, okay? She's got family and friends. Her parents are going to hear this, her loving parents who really believed in her and helped her to get to where she is today. They're hearing her talking about how she wants her face in a... I can't even say it. It's disgusting. And it is totally self-serving. There is nothing interesting, nothing entertaining, nothing that anybody needs to or wants to hear was said there. All right, Billie, take it from me.
And Billie says she's embracing her sex life as a way to relax, telling the mag, "I think it's such a frowned upon thing to talk about, and I think that should change."
Now, here's some irony for you. It's not a frowned upon thing, I say, as I frown upon it, right? It's not. Too much of it is not being frowned upon. Everyone's talking about mental health, and then they talk about the stigma around mental health. Everyone talks about their sex life and then says, we need open conversation. Everyone's talking about racism and saying, we need a frank and open, honest conversation about racism. Shut the fuck up! Okay? Shut the fuck... Shut up. Shut up. Just everyone shut up except me.
You asked me what I do to decompress? That shit can really, really save you sometimes. Just saying, can't recommend it more, to be real. She adds that masturbation is a, quote, enormous, enormous part of my life and a huge, huge help for me.
Were you sent here by the devil?
Why would you need to tell anyone? You know what? I've got some tips for you guys coming at the end of the video. And imagine that. I just say to you, by the way, I wank myself into oblivion every night. It really helps. Oh, I guess now you know what's on my Patreon channel.
Eilish explains, people should be jerking it, man. I can't stress it enough.
I think they already are, Billie. I mean, I think they already did that, people, right? They already worked that out for themselves if they're so inclined. But this is the problem, isn't it? Billie, you can't really be angry with Billie. She's 21 and has been famous since she was 12 or 13, right? And the Arrested Development, she thinks she discovered wanking. Imagine being that fucking stupid. And it's not stupidity. It's not like a natural lack of intelligence. It's just you're surrounded by such complete madness and oddities that any sort of normalcy to you is like, oh, I've discovered. You didn't... We knew.
As somebody with extreme body issues and dysmorphia that I've had my entire life.
Body dysmorphia. I'm sorry to the 1 in a million of you out there that are suffering genuinely from body dysmorphia, where you look in the mirror and a big monstrous bison is staring back at you, which is in no way representative of what you really look like, okay? But most of us, in fact, most of us, I would say, are suffering from an overly positive body dysmorphia. A lot of people, to me, seem to think they look fine when I think they could stand to, you know, all right? I think I like people like me, like other people I know who have a slight amount of healthy, negative, and body dysmorphia, maybe. We think we could stand to lose a few pounds. You can always be thinner, more attractive. All right? American Psycho. That's what everyone should be like. I think that Billie Eilish, she says she has Tourette syndrome. I think she might just get a bit sweary and agitated from time to time, personally. She says she has depression. Maybe she's just a bit fed up, you know. I can say all of this, as I've said before. I don't like to brag. I did 2 years of A-level psychology, getting an E grade back in 2008. So I think I am qualified to at least give a medical opinion on these things. Not a diagnosis. I would need hours and hours of therapy in person with Billie Eilish, but she hasn't responded to my emails. So we can't take that step yet. All right?
She also admits to having a front row seat at her own fun by watching herself in the mirror.
Well, Billy, if you think that's fun, watching yourself in the mirror, you should try turning around and facing a whole apartment building and just jacking off in front of everyone. It's amazing. Oh, the thrill! You disgusting pervert.
She says, partly because it's hot, but it also makes me have such a raw, deep connection to myself and my body.
Look, whatever floats your boat, but you shouldn't be telling people this, all right? Like I say, if I ever did turn round and give a real exhibition here, I would keep that to myself. It would be between me. It would be about the raw connection between me and the half reflection in the window of myself, flexing and all excited, between me and the fine people who live across the road from me. All right? I wouldn't be sharing it on YouTube, hypothetically.
And have a love for my body that I have not really ever had. I've got to say, looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking, I look really good right now, is so helpful. Billie declares, I should have a PhD in masturbation.
Well, I did do 1 year of film studies at Wolverhampton University, so...
I have learned that looking at myself and watching myself feel pleasure has been an extreme help in loving myself and accepting myself, and feeling empowered and comfortable. But before getting busy, Billie says setting the mood is key.
Oh yeah, music, candles, rose petals all over the place, that kind of thing. It's a special occasion. I think there's a sketch in there somewhere. SNL, you could nick this. This would be a good sketch. The wife comes home, hears the romantic music, scented candles everywhere, and the petals leading up to the bedroom. And oh no, she can hear grunting and noises, sex noises coming from the bedroom. He's cheating on me. And then she walks in and he's just having a very elaborate wank. Well, all right, it's not the best sketch, but, it's probably better than anything else that's on TV. Now, I don't know, whatever.
You can manufacture the situation you're in to make sure you look good. You can make the lights super dim. You can be in a specific outfit or in a specific position that's more flattering.
Okay, I think that's just about enough internet for me today. That's what people say now, isn't it? It was funny the first time. But when everyone said it, you need to stop. As I say, whenever I'm being cringe, it's ironic. Okay, I'm very self-aware. I still remember saying, yes, of course you can speak to my mother. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a like. Let me know what you think about, without being too graphic, today's video. Follow all my social media. It's in the description. Join the Patreon channel if you want to get some exclusive videos, and help out with the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Share it everywhere. Make sure this gets more than my Alec Baldwin video. All right? I want more. 16,000 isn't enough.
That is terrifying. So, Jamie Lee Curtis is scared.